Okay, so welcome back to another video. First, we're going to start off with cleaning the Kona. So last video, was it last video? I don't remember. But I was at the Hyundai Import versus Domestic World Cup, and first of all, awesome. But where everybody was parked, I was basically in a field, and this thing is covered. I mean, it's just, I mean, like, it's bad. I haven't seen it this dirty in a while. I mean, look at the dirt just rolling off this thing. So we're gonna get this thing clean. I mean, like, get it clean and get it detailed. So basically it's like, you know, something like this that's that filthy, hose it off, which is what we're gonna do. Hose it off. Then we'll get the foam cannon and foam it down real quick, and then let that sit. God, this thing is so bad. And the thing is like, there were cars, like, I was in the middle of the field, but there was cars that were like next to the dirt road that were just, you couldn't even tell what color they were. They were so bad. Look at that. All right, now, see, this is the proper way of doing it. Hosing it off like that, getting it pretty much, you know, decently clean of the dirt. And then foam cannon and let that set for a while. Okay, so now we're letting that sit and let it kind of do its thing. We'll go ahead, clean the wheels off, at least get 2 of them done, then rinse the whole thing off. Foam can it again, hand wash it, done. Let me knock that out. Okay, so I've got the car. I ain't gonna say it's completely good and clean, because it's not. Well, there's like a dirty spot right there. Reason why I say this, so I've went over it, like, I really like went over it. This was a good car wash today, like inside the door jambs, inside, outside, everything. Like, this thing went into I went into detail. But here's my thing, they've been doing a lot of, I'm not saying my paint job's ruined, but I'm not saying it's in good condition either. They've been doing a lot of tearing up streets and paving and all that kind of stuff around my neighborhood and the main streets and all that stuff. And I mean, like, everywhere you go, the streets are torn up. You know, went up 20 minutes away from the house today. Roads are torn up. All right. Yeah, there you go. You can see it on camera. There they're not like in the paint. I mean, I hate to do this, but I can take them off. It takes a little bit of work, but there's black spots basically up and down the sides, both sides on the doors. It's mainly the doors. There's a little bit on the front bumper, a couple little black spots that are like kind of stuck, but it's mainly up and down both doors. There's a little like a little, looks like a little scratch there, but I think it's just some black something on the paint. But I think I'm gonna have to get, I gotta get that off, because like the car's clean, but like the doors with that like black speckles all over it, it just looks, it looks dirty. And I mean, it's just stuck on like, you know, tar, blacktop type stuff. So I need to go to the store and get some like tar remover and all that kind of stuff. Go over this car, like get the tar remover on it, wipe it all down, get that off, and then probably go over this thing with a clay bar. Really get this thing done, because I don't think the paint's messed up. A lot of that stuff, like I said, is just stuck to the paint. So I guess we're not going to do that in that video, this video, because that's going to just like, that's going to take forever. That's not something I'm going to sit here and just like, yeah. Oh well. All right, let me go ahead and finish this up and we'll get on to the next thing. All right, I really don't feel like cleaning all this up right now. We got plenty of time. It's so early in the day. I don't know if I mentioned this. I got a couple days off, so I'm trying to get some work done, you know, around the house, around the garage, around the cars and stuff like that. So I want to try my hand. I meant to grab the keys. I want to try my hand at body work on this thing. This thing ain't unlocked, is it? Just hypothetical. No, it's not. So we're going for a small dent, because like I said before, we're going to start getting into working on this. So I want to try this small dent right here. It's, I mean, you can see it's not that deep. So what we're going to do is we're going to address this dent today, because like I said, we're trying to get rid of this. So I mean, you see the little rust spots, you know, to see the hood is messed up. So today we're going to work on that dent right there. I mean, we got some big ones, like this one right here is really big, and it goes through the body line, so that is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But my goal for the day is to get this one right here done. That's my goal. So it's not going to take a lot. I mean, it's basically sand that whole area down, you know, and then basically skim this over. So this is just for my skimming. This is for small spots like this. This isn't meant for, well, no filler is meant for anything thick, but 3M. So let's go ahead, knock this down, see if we can get a lot of the texture down so we can get it to bond. Like I say, this thing isn't very, you know, deep of a cut. I mean, that's like literally probably not even 1/8 of an inch, so it's not going to take a lot. I mean, we've already got it, you know, sanded down pretty good. We got to get in the middle right there. I'm using a very aggressive sandpaper, so that pretty much looks like it. You don't need to really, like, you know, take it down like extremely. Clean it up and do it. All right, let me go ahead. I need to get the keys because I want to prop the hood up, and I gotta get some rags to wipe this off, blow it off, all that kind of stuff. So give me a second. Now we're doing Remember, we're just doing a little spot. We're not doing nothing big because I'm not a bodywork person at all. So this is a nice small spot because I need to work my way up to getting some of these big areas done. So again, not a bodywork person. This is not my expertise. So that's why I want to start off with something small. So that way, hopefully, I can get this to look slightly decent. Might need 2 coats. I think it's still got a dip right there in the middle. But that's part of it. You're never going to get stuff. I do know, you know, you're never going to get this done in one shot. You know, it's like basically get it done like I've done, go over it, sand it down, and then recheck it. And we might have to run another light coat right up through the middle. So we're going to let this dry. This is going to take not long, but we're going to let it set for about a half hour while I clean up the front, and then we'll come back and we'll sand this down and see how it looks and see what I do. Whew, get a little dusty out here. So it ain't sanded down perfect yet. This is just kind of the initiation. Now it's hard to see, but like right there, because I just went over it, and this thing, I don't have, like a lot of times when you use a DA like this, you want, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a mid pad that goes in between the disc and the thing, and it's squishy, and this right here is just basically hard. So this thing has no give. So you can really kind of go flat with this and it'll cut flat. And right here in the middle, it is a low spot. Yeah, not very big. I mean, that is a very shallow low spot right there. Everything else feels pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, it's hard to see on the camera, but when you run this flat edge over there, just a slight bit of a dip in it, not all that big. So we need to we're going to need to do just a little bit more. I mean, like, this is not going to take much at all. Should have put gloves on. You can tell it's also getting cold out. This stuff's not squeezing. Again, don't need a lot. Yeah, I put a lot of harder in that. It's hard to squeeze that little bit out. Again though, I only need it a little bit because it's like right there. Alright, well, I guess now we gotta let that set for a little bit longer again, and then we'll go back over that, sand it down. Hopefully this time I'll be able to sand the whole thing, get these edges off, and we can basically throw a little bit of primer over that, and that one should be good to go. I actually think that is good. So again, 2 coats. That actually looks really nice and smooth. I'm very happy with that. That is on point. I think I need to go, yeah, I need to sand right here along the edge. Second coat has a little bit of an edge right there. Just a little more sanding. Now, I will say, it's nice having a stinking long hose like this. I can work in the backyard. And I've got like 200 feet of hose, so I can have the truck anywhere. That is it. Now again, we're just going to, like, we're just doing preliminary body work on this thing. We're not like, air compressor's running, oh, there, just shut off. We're not like going like hardcore on it yet, only because there's a lot that needs to be done. And I don't have, you know, when you wet sand it, all that kind of stuff, then you kind of start getting into more body work, all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's when you're going to really need to get into the like skim coats and stuff like that. So that's still further down the road. Right now we're trying to get rid of all the huge dents. There are quite a few on the truck, so we just have to go over them. All right, I need to get my tape and my paper so I can kind of mask it off. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to mask it off. All right, got it all masked off. Again, we're just going to go over it. Looks good like that. There's a little bit over here, but like I said, we're not getting 100% of it sanded down because we still need finer sandpaper, we need wet sandpaper, and then we're really going to need like that glazing putty that like fills in any imperfection and holes. We're just trying to get rid of a lot of the big dents and stuff like that, because we're going to try to knock out a few things on that just to try to get a little better at it. And then we're going to get into this, because I already started on the one thing. We're going to go ahead and move this around front here in a little while, and not today, another video. Go over this, get some of that rust out. We're going to weld some of these holes up right here, clean that up, get underneath of it, spray some rust reformer underneath of it. We've got this little spot right there. We have a spot in the fender right there. We got that hole there. So like I say, we have some stuff that needs done. So I need to get better at body work. I mean, I'm good at building custom cars and stuff like that, and you know, doing things, but like body work, yeah, it's windy out today. Never been really all that good, so we need to get improved on it. And might as well start now. So that looks like 100% better than what it did, you know, before, because it was a dent like right down the center right there. There are some other small ones that we're going to go ahead in another video we're going to take care of as we work through this. So there's like a small one in this door, or is it the other door? I can't remember. We really just need to go around and basically mark them with a Sharpie so I know exactly where they're all at as I'm doing this, because like I said, we're trying to get this thing to look a lot better, because I mean, I love this truck, but we got to make it better. And I don't really consider that much of body work. That was kind of just basically sanding down. This is body work, actually fixing dents. Ooh, hey, there's one right there. Ooh, that could be the next one right there. That's not very deep. That's the next one. We'll do that later, another time. But hey, that's looking good. All right, well, I'm trying to make my videos short, sweet, and to the point. Got to get some stuff cleaned up. Got to get body work, because we're trying to get a lot of things done before the winter comes. Because we got some winter stuff that we can do. Because once winter comes, it's cold. Don't want to work outside. All right, we'll catch you in the next one.